Okay, beam bearing plates. So dito, okay, for beam bearing plates, somehow similar din siya with column base plate. Okay? So kung ano yung mga concept na diniscuss natin, yung mode of failure na diniscuss natin on column based plate, like yung concrete bearing strength, yung bending on base plate, or sorry, on steel plate, those are still applicable sa design na to. Okay? So ano lang yung difference nito pagdating sa column um, base plate? Well, yung difference nito is number one-way bending lang to. Okay? One-way bending lang to. Si column base plate kasi two-way bending. Okay? So yung second difference niya, aside from the two mode of failure, which is the concrete bearing strength and the um, bending on steel plate, meron tayong additional two na mode of failure na kailangan i-check, which is the beam web crippling and the beam web yielding. Okay? So yun yung additional mode of failure. So let's proceed. Ano ba yung dalawang ano na yon? Mode of failure na yon. Okay? By the way, no, ito yung pinaka design procedure natin. Nabanggit ko na, okay? For the bearing plate, for the step 1, okay? Let me discuss siguro yung orientation, sample orientation ng ating bearing plate. So you could see here, usually kasi, no, kapag ano ba yung application nito? Sige, yun muna. So yung application nito, dun sa mga cases na kung saan nakapatong yung certain horizontal member mo, nakapatong siya on walls. Halimbawa, okay? So, or kung yung walls mo is possibly made of concrete or possibly masonry, no? So dapat meron ka pa ring steel bearing plate na ilalagay. Ito, okay? To disperse yung loadings from the horizontal member. Usually mga beam to or mga trusses. Okay? So ganun yung scenario. Ngayon ito yung top view. Okay? Ito yung top view natin. Ito yung side N, side B. Okay? Tapos meron tayong side or distance E. Okay? Based dito sa figure na to. Now, pag titingin ka sa pinaka section or sabihin natin elevation, andito yung yung eye mo. Ito yung makita mo. Meron kang distance N. Okay? Yun yung dimension ng bearing plate. Okay? Tapos meron kang thickness ng bearing plate. Okay? So, in terms of design of bearing plate kasi, yung first step is to define yung distance N. Okay? So, mapansin mo yung distance N mo, limited lang yan. Depende sa thickness ng supporting concrete mo or supporting wall kung wall man to. Okay? Isa rin yung sa mga nag-dictate yung thickness ng pinaka-wall mo. Now, gusto ko lang linawin na yung dalawang mode of failure na to, additional, web local yielding at web local crippling, hindi yan mode of failure nung bearing plate. No? Mode of failure to nung beam na nakapatong. Okay? Yung dalawa is for the bearing, obviously that is for the supporting concrete. Yung plate on bending, dun sa ano yun, sa bearing plate. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, para ma-define mo yung distance N, kailangan mo munang i-check yung dalawang mode of failure for the beam, which is web local yielding and web local crippling. Okay? Which is limited nga siya, no? Depende doon sa dalawang mode of failure na to, itong distance N. Now, para mas ma-visualize nyo, let's proceed dun sa example ng ating beam web crippling and yielding. So, ito yon. Okay? Ito yung deform shape. Okay? So, for web local crippling, ito yung magiging figure niya. Okay? So, ang definition nito is it would occurs when the concentrated load causes a local buckling of the beam web. So, yun yung pinaka reason kung bakit nagkakaroon ka ng mode of failure nito. Kapag masyadong malaki yung concentrated load na dinadala nung pinaka-web mo, okay, from the keywords of local. So localized lang yung yung pinaka failure mo. Okay? Parang local buckling yung actually yan from the terms So sa beam web. Okay? Yun yung web local crippling. Okay? So due to high concentrated load. Okay? Yung isa naman, yung web local yielding. So this is the crushing of beam web subjected to compression stress due to a concentrated load directly above or below the web. Okay? So yielding daw would happen when the compressive stress on the horizontal section through the web reaches the yield point. So kumbaga ito lang naman yung basis natin lagi, di ba? Pag na-reach yung yield point ng bakal mo, well, meron ka ng mode of failure na yielding. So ito yung pinaka deformed shape for this mode of failure. Okay? So sige, para mas makita nyo pa, okay? Let's analyze or discuss further itong figure na to. So in terms of these two mode of failure, so let's refer dito sa sa beam na to, okay? Itong beam na to supported by a wall, tas meron kang bearing plate. Okay? So you could see here, no? Ito naman yung kung dito yung eye mo, ito yung makita mo. Okay? Ito yung makita mo, yung section ng um, beam or wide flange, meron kang bearing plate tas meron kang concrete. Okay? So yung ang nangyayari kasi, no, ang nangyayari kasi kung i-define natin yung tinatawag na critical area for the beam web crippling and yielding, kung saan ba yan nag-occur, dito mo yan makikita. No? Dito mo yan makikita. So dito sa na to, dito sa area na to. Okay? Dito raw yan mangyayari. So may dalawang scenario pala dito guys, no? Yung first scenario, yung concentrated load mo is at the support. So kung ano kasi yung reaction mo dito, 'di ba? Concentrated load din 'yan. So nasa support ka. So yun yung first scenario. Yung second scenario, at a certain distance ka from the support, at distance x. Okay? So, minsan nasa nasa gitna ng beam mo. Okay? Meron kang bearing plate doon, tapos meron kang possibly very high concentrated load. So ibig sabihin, meron ka din ditong crippling and yielding. So dalawang case yan. So yun yung dapat mong alamin. Okay? So punta muna tayo dito sa support. So you can see here, no? Dito sa support, yung talagang critical area na mag-occur yung yielding, kung yielding muna tayo. Ito lang, itong length na to. Okay? Itong length na yan, which is also this length. Okay? Ang sabi niya, that is n plus 2.5k. Okay? So gusto ko munang i-discuss saan ba ito nakuha. Okay? Para naintindihan nyo. Okay? So number one, okay, if we would refer dun sa pinaka-distance na to, ang sabi natin, yun yung side N ng bearing plate. Okay? Dimension N ng bearing plate. So ito yon. Okay? So ibig sabihin, yung distance na yan, okay, kung I would delete. Itong distance na to, okay? Okay, which is also equal to N. Okay? Plus yung distance na to, that would give you the critical area. Okay? Ang question is, kung may n na ako, saan galing yung 2.5k? Okay, so yung rule kasi nila is that yung dispersion on critical area would occur at 1:2.5. So parang 1:2 vertical, 1 vertical, 2.5 to horizontal. Okay? Now, ano yung basis nila in terms of the distance? Well, ito yon, yung distance k, which is defined dun sa code as the distance from the flange, no, top or bottom flange to the toe of toe of fillet. So yung toe of fillet na tinatawag, usually ito yung kung saan nag-end yung curvature doon sa pinaka connection mo, yan. Okay, nag-end yung curvature and straight line na yung web mo. Okay, yun yung tinatawag nating toe of fillet. And ang sabi ni code, diyan daw mag-occur kung saan minimal na yung area or manipis na yung web mo, diyan mag-occur andyan yung critical area for yielding. Okay? So you can see mayroon dito hidden line. Okay? So ibig sabihin, kung yung height mo is 1k, okay, by following yung dispersion rule natin na 1:2.5, dapat yung distance na to is 2.5k. So ibig sabihin, yung total length ng ating critical area kapag nasa support, yung consideration mo, no, yung total length na yan, if this is 2.5k, okay, that would give you n plus 2.5k. Well, how about yung dun sa middle part nung beam? Okay? So dito naman, ganun pa din, no? Yung distance daw na to is distance n. Okay? Yung distance na to is distance n, which is similar to this. Now, ano ba tong distance na to? Okay? Ano ba yung distance na yan? Well, yung isang distance na to, okay? Yung vertical distance na to, it would occur at k, no? Yung tinatawag nating k design sa ating table. So ibig sabihin, kung that is 1k, so this is 2.5k, and this is 2.5k. Okay? So all in all, that would give you n plus 5k. No, yung ating critical area kapag nandun ka sa along the member length. Okay? Okay? So, yan yung area in consideration natin for this mode of failure. Okay? Now, let's proceed sa code. Okay? Let's proceed sa code. Unahin natin yung web local yielding, which is discussed on 510.10.2. So, matik to, no? Yung pinaka understrength na pinapagamit sa atin, P for yielding is 1.0 for LRFD, 1.5 for ASD, yung omega natin. Okay? And yung ating nominal strength, okay? Nominal strength R sub n against yielding. As per the code, meron dalawang case yan, case 1 and case 2. Yung case 1, ang sabi dito, when the concentrated force to be resisted is applied at a distance from the member end. No, emphasize ko lang, member end, yung term na ginamit niya. Okay? So, usually, yung member end na keyword na yon, kung babalikan natin yung figure kanina, andito yon, andito yung reference niya. Okay? Andito, yung end nung girder mo. Okay? From that, mag-start yung measurement ng distance. Okay? Ng distance. And usually, yun yung distance x. Okay? If yung distance from the member end, which is yung x, is greater than the depth of the member, d, yung formula mo daw is ito, r sub n is equal to 5k plus n, open close parenthesis, times f sub y w, times thickness of web. Okay? Yung define natin yung mga parameters, yung k natin is the distance from the outer face of flange to the web. To pilay in millimeters, okay na to. Yung f sub y, basically ano lang to, yield stress ng web or nung girder mo. N is the length of bearing. No? Gusto ko lang emphasize, yung N is the length of bearing. Length yan. Okay? Yung T sub W, obviously, web thickness. Okay? Gusto ko lang also okay, sige, lipat tayo sa case 2. For the case 2, ang sabi niya, for X is less than or equal the depth of your girder, sa scenario ka na yung loads mo is near support or nasa support. Okay? Itong kasing case 1, interior load, yung along beam length na dinidiscuss ko kanina. Okay? So yung formula mo daw is ito, 2.5k plus n times f sub y times t sub w. Okay? Question, kailangan mo bang i-memorize tong formula for yielding? I would suggest hindi. Kasi yung formula mo na yan is nanggaling lang sa classic formula na stress is equal to load divided by area. Okay? So, ang i-rearrange mo yan, you would have load stress times equal to stress times area. Okay? Well, saan galing yung stress? Okay? So, yun. Ito yung stress. Yield stress ng bakal. Okay? How about yung area? Okay? So, yung area naman, kung babalikan natin yung kanina, okay? For the kneel support muna tayo. No? Kneel support muna tayo. Okay? Babalikan natin yung slide kanina. Yung area natin dito, okay? Sabi natin, yung critical length na to, okay? Yung critical length na yan, yung distance na to is n plus 2.5k. No? So, meron na tayong isang dimension. Obviously, para maging area yan, kailangan mo siyang i-define with, i-multiply with, with another dimension. So, sa case na to, nag-occur kasi sa thickness ng web. Okay? Sa thickness ng web. So, ibig sabihin, yung area talaga natin, ito yung pinaka-length natin, 2.5k plus n, times yung thickness ng web. Okay? So, from that, we could say na galing lang siya dito. Okay? Similarly, ito naman, for the interior load, ganun din. Ito yung length, ito yung thickness ng web, ito yung stress. Okay? Yield stress ng bakal. Okay? So, as simple as that. Okay? So, doon lang nanggaling si web local yielding. How about dun sa web local crippling? Now, for web local crippling, gusto ko i-emphasize yung mga understrength natin, 0.75 and 2.0. Okay? So, bakit mas maliit yung understrength natin? Sa yielding kasi 1.0. No? Obviously, parang kasi ito, no? Local backlink. No? So, pag sinabing local backlink, magkakaroon ka ng premature failure kahit hindi pa masyadong malakas yung load mo. Kasi nga, parang based on geometry siya. No? So, and we want to avoid that. Kaya mas critical yung mga understrength na ginagamit. Okay? So 0.75, 2.0. Okay? The nominal strength daw, okay, for web crippling, may dalawang case tayo ulit. Okay? Yung case 1, ito yung rule. No? Dapat daw yung distance from the member end, yung x yun, is greater than or equal to d over 2. Okay? So ito yung pinaka, anong term pwede natin gamitin dito? Threshold or defining parameter. Okay? So, ayan, para malaman mo na magpo-poll ka dito. Okay? So, sabi nila, this is for interior load, no, along the member length. The formula for the nominal strength for the web crippling is 0.8. Okay, so hindi ko na babasahin kasi medyo mahaba, no? So, check nyo na lang, no? Wala namang bago dito. N, D, thickness of web, T sub F, okay? Modulus of elasticity ng steel, no? Yield stress, okay? So, paano, ito lang yung formula, no? So, in terms of ano naman, case 2, this one is X is less than D over 2. Okay? So, yung opposite nito. So, this one is for ano daw, support. Okay? So, kapag na-prove mo na nag-fall ka dito, meron ka pang isang i-check. Kasi nahati pa yung case 2 sa dalawa. Kapag yung N over D mo naman daw is less than or equal 0.2, ito yung equation na gagamitin mo. Kapag greater than 0.2, yung ratio na to, ito naman yung gagamitin mo. Okay? So, question, kailangan mo ba siyang i-memorize? Unfortunately, kailangan mo siyang i-memorize. Kasi yung mga formula na to, empirical formula na to for the web local crippling. Okay? Empirical formula, so na-derive na yan and i-memorize mo talaga. No? Unless sa board exam, ibibigay siya, edi okay. Ngayon kung hindi, well, just to be on the safe side, i-memorize mo. Okay? So, paki-memorize na lang to, no? Okay? Sige. So, okay na tayo, no? Meron na tayong mga formulas for those two mode of failure. Punta tayo dun sa next two, yung concrete bearing strength. Now, in terms of concrete bearing strength, may dalawang scenario. Alam niyo na to. Kapag yung full area of concrete support, so you could see here, na ito yung supporting concrete mo, ito yung elevation, ito yung top view. Mapapansin mo kung yung dow bearing plate mo is similar yung area niya to the area ng supporting wall, no? Yun nga yung term natin. Automatic ito yung formula na gagamitin mo. Kapag less than naman, so ayan, ito yung example, less than the full area of concrete support. So ito yung yellow, yung area ng bearing plate mo. Yung red, no? Yung with hatch, yan yung area 2, no? Definition ng area 2. So ibig sabihin, ito yung magiging formula mo, case 2. Okay? So similar equation, okay? And similar under strength. Okay? So laktawan na natin 'to. Okay? Punta tayo sa concrete sorry. Okay, so sorry. Let me ano lang, no? Additional for the concrete bearing strength, no? Doon sa geometry. Now, in terms of the case 2 kasi, no? Meron tayong limiting distance na nagde-define kung ano yung area 2 mo. Okay? Yung kasing area 1 mo, yun yung area ng bearing plate, yung blue. Okay? Now, yung area 2 mo, naka-base lang siya ulit dito. So, ibig sabihin, kung ano yung side na unang marireach, sa case na to, itong distance na yan, which is represented by distance E. No? Ang ibang term dyan is minimum distance from the edge of the plate, yung bearing plate, to the edge of the concrete support. Okay? So, depende kasi yan kung mas malapit ka dito sa side na to ng wall or malapit dito. So, sa lumalabas dito, mas malapit siya. Okay? So, siya yung unang na-reach. Hanggang doon na lang yung area 2 mo. So, ibig sabihin, kung this distance is E, dapat yung distance dito is E din. Okay? Yung distance na to is E, yung distance na to is E. Okay? Yung side na yan is side B. Ito, yung side na to is side N. Ang term na ginagamit natin dito, yung length ng ating bearing plate. Okay? Ito naman is yung width, yung side B. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kung titingin ka sa elevation, yung basis natin ng area to calculation, kung this is E also, no? This is also E, you would have total length na N plus 2E. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung area 1 is equal to distance B times N. Yung area 2 is open close parenthesis B plus 2 times E times open close parenthesis N plus 2E. Okay? As simple as that. Okay? And then, we could now proceed. No? Kung meron na tayong mga area 1 and area 2, na-define na natin yan, we could now proceed dun sa next na mode of failure, which is bending on bearing plates. So dito, as we have mentioned, one way lang siya. Okay? One way lang siya. Now, if we would go back dun sa discussion natin sa column-based plate, parehas na parehas lang. Halimbawa, yung plastic section modulus, yung formula natin is BH squared over 4. Okay? Ganun pa din. Ang difference lang is kung i-check mo yung pinaka ano mo talaga, yung pinaka base plate mo. Ang question is saan ba siya saan ba siya magbe-bend? Okay? Yun ang tanong eh. Paano ba magbe-bend yung bearing plate mo? Okay? Kung one way lang siya, saang direction? Okay? Well, if you would refer kasi dito sa elevation na to, halimbawa sa elevation to, yung bearing plate mo hindi siya magbe-bend eh. Hindi siya magbe-bend along the girder. No, hindi magbe-bend yung plate mo along the girder, hindi dito. Hindi diyan. Kasi nga, steep yung web mo eh. No, steep yung web mo. Kung magbe-bend ka man, most likely, along side B. Okay, along side B. So, specifically, itong ano na to, itong, itong side na to. Okay, ito yung side na to yung magbe-bend. Okay, so, kung may bending diyan, meron din dito. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, kung yun yung bending, so yung cantilever beam mo pala, okay, yung cantilever beam mo, ito. Okay, yan yung cantilever beam mo. So yung meron ka ditong distance x, sabihin natin distance x muna yan. Yan yung magiging length ng cantilever beam mo. 'Di ba cantilever method yung ginagamit natin? Ito yung pinaka-length ng cantilever beam mo, x distance. So check natin kung ano yung counterpart niya mamaya. And yung parang pinaka total width mo, tributary width mo is yung side n. Okay? So ang question is paano natin ma-define 'yon? Okay? So ito ngayon, papasok tayo dito. Now, in terms of ano kasi bearing plate, as per observation daw, usually nagbe-bend yan dito sa ano, from the centroid, no, yung pinaka middle ng ating web to this distance. Usually ito rin yung end nung ano eh, nung pilay eh. Kung saan nag-straight na yung flange mo, thickness ng flange. Kaya yung distance na to, dinidefine natin yan sa database as distance K1. Napakita ko lang saglit, okay? Sa ano, sa table natin, okay? Sa AISC database. Kung nasan si K1, so sama na rin natin si K design. Okay? So yung K1 na yan, kung check natin sa database, ito siya. Okay? Okay? So, di ba, kuha tayo ng random section, highlight natin. Okay, yung K1 na yun, itong column na to. Ayan. Okay? Yan yung K1. Na yung K design, ito naman. Okay? Okay, so magkaiba yung distance na yun. Okay? So doon lang siya kukunin. So ibig sabihin, yung kung saan yung pinaka-assume bending plate natin, bending line, andito. Andito. Okay? Diyan magbe-bend yung plate. So ibig sabihin yung plate mo na to, yung dito, okay, yan yung expected mo na ano, deform shape niya. Okay? So yung total length niya, okay, for the sake of this discussion, tawagin natin ano, distance n, small letter n. Okay? Small letter n. So para makuha 'yon, okay, check natin mamaya. Tapos ito yung thickness of plate. Yung formula din na derive natin, di ba? For bending at minor axis, ito yun, m sub n is equals to m sub p is equal to plastic section modulus times fy. And then plinag in natin itong value na to, okay? Tapos ito na yung magiging counterpart. Pero bakit ba naging yung b, no? Bakit naging n? Okay? Kasi nga di ba sabi natin yung bending, yung total width ng ating cantilever from our cantilever method, ito yung section natin. Okay? Yung total width natin ng ating plate is ito, okay? Yung n. So ito yung counterpart niya eh, yung pinaka base ng cantilever beam mo, okay? Tapos yung thickness of yung height niya, yung thickness of plate. Okay? So yun. So squared over 4 f sub y. Okay? Tuloy pa natin yung equation, no? So for cantilever beam with length n and width is n, no? Yung magiging formula ng ating moment due to load, okay? Kasi 'di ba sabi natin, yung stress dito, similar dun sa ano, sa column based plate, hindi ko na siguro uulitin. Meron kang ano, limiting stress diyan, F sub P. Tapos yung F sub P na yan, okay, is also equal, okay? Sorry, let me correct, no? Let me correct. Let me delete this one. Para makuha natin yung parang pinaka-representation ng UDL load from stress na F sub P, that is equal to ano? F sub P, no, times a certain distance. Okay, a certain distance. So, obviously, kung galing yan sa stress or parang kumbaga ano siya, no, pressure load or floor load, kailangan mo siyang i-multiply by tributary width. So yun yung distance n. Okay? Now, obviously, kung meron kang sa section cut na to, kung meron kang load W diyan, UDL acting on that cantilever beam, yung moment mo is equal to ano, 1/2. Okay, let me correct, no? Let me correct. Is simply yung load W, okay, yung load W muna, okay, times yung total distance kung saan siya naka-apply, yung length ng cantilever beam mo, n, tapos yung representation ng centroid, no, or yung resultant niya is kalahati ng distance n. So, n times 1/2. Okay, ito yun. Okay? Now, ang mangyayari dito, if you would plug in, okay, if you would plug in, magkakaroon ka ng ano, 1/2 W n squared. Now, from this equation ng W, ang ginagawa natin, pina-plug in natin dito. Okay? Pina-plug in natin yan. So, pag pinag in mo yan, okay, ang magiging equation mo ngayon is 1/2 small letter f sub p n capital letter N na side tapos dimension na N squared. Okay? Tapos itong f sub p na to, 'di ba, merong counterpart to eh. May counterpart 'yan. Ang sabi natin that is nominal area, no? Area or sorry, yung area na yan is also similar to ano, b times n. Okay? B times n. So ibig sabihin kung ipa-plug in mo siya dito, okay? Plug in mo diyan. Okay? Ito yung lalabas actually. Okay? Kumbaga maka-cancel out tong n, maka-cancel out tong n. Ang matitira is itong load p sub n. Ito na 'yon. No? Yung load p sub n, yung reaction dito sa ano, sa support. Okay? Times yung side B, okay? Times n squared, which is also this one. Okay? Tapos merong 1/2. Okay? Yun. Tapos simplify mo yan, you would have this equation for the moment. Reaction R times yung distance n squared divided by 2/b. Now equate natin tong moment na to with this moment. We would arrive on this equation. Okay? So rearrange para makuha yung thickness of plate, you would have this final equation for bearing plate for its thickness. Okay? Gusto ko lang i-emphasize, no, yung definition ng distance or small letter n, no? Ayan. Okay? From K1, no? Parang ano to eh. If this distance, itong distance na to obviously, so this distance is kalahati nung ating side capital letter B. Okay? Tapos from that, i-minus mo yung K sub 1, you would have the value of N. Okay? So sige. Gusto ko lang emphasize. Okay? Again, for bending on bearing plate, ito yon 0.9 and 1.67. Let's try to have an example problem. Okay?